Hey guys, it's Ashley with 3R Sales and Service. Today we're taking a look at one of the Hydrotech single axle trailer units. This is actually one that's fabricated by Hydrotech themselves, so whenever it comes to us, this is pretty much how it is. We have to put the tongue on the trailer and do a little bit of assembly when it arrives, but basically this is us not making any additional modifications to it. So this particular unit came with the SS 3000 at 5 VS, which is a 3000 PSI, 4.8 gallon per minute with a Vanguard engine. It's a belt-driven AR pump. This is a really common unit that we sell. It's kind of the base price for one of these more compact trailer units. So we do go through quite a few of these. The nice thing about these trailers is we can just as easily order them with a 3500 at 5.5 gallon washer with a Honda engine, or with a 3500 at 8 washer. They're all that same size frame. It adds a little bit more weight to it just with the size of the engine, the size of the pump, but it all fits on the same frame if you want something very compact. So we'll go over the rest of the unit here. Like I said, it's single axle. It's a 3,500 pound axle. It has a 200 gallon water tank on it. They use the silver powder coated steel wheels. Around back we've got 2 hose reels. One is holding 50 feet of high pressure hose, and then the other one is holding 50 feet of garden hose. And the way that they assemble this, it has the trigger gun like so. It's already attached to it, and then they use these twist locks so that you can switch between using the wand, or you can take your wand off with the trigger gun holding back your water flow while the system is operating, and then you can attach one of their Hydro Twister surface cleaners that comes with the same attachment on it. So we'll go over some modifications and stuff that we make regularly to these whenever they're purchased, but we'll just go over right now exactly how they come from the factory. Up on top you can see this is the feed hose that comes from the garden hose reel up into the top of the tank. Just feeds right through the lid, and again 200 gallons for the water tank. We'll keep moving around to what is now the driver's side of the trailer. Down here they have their tank filter before it goes into the pressure washer pump. The tank filter is kind of what they use as the tank drain as well. So if you want to drain the tank, you just unscrew the cup of that filter to get all of the water out. And then we've got our elbow right here for the engine exhaust that shoots right out. And then the other black hose that's behind there is the cool bypass hose. So whenever you're using your system and then you let off the trigger, that water is circulating back to the tank and going through your pump, so keeping it nice and cool and protected. The Vanguards, any of our twin cylinders really come with electric start on it. So we've got our key start right here. It's a 12 volt powered burner. So the engine powers the battery, and that battery is what powers the burner. And it comes with a 48-inch wand, which is still kind of zip tied in place right now, with the quick connect on it. Up on the front panel we have the temperature control. We've got a couple different quick connect nozzles available, and then we have the on-off switch for the burner, so that you can operate this as a cold water system if you'd like, or you can turn on the burner and use it as a hot water system. Okay, so now that we've discussed how it comes precisely from the factory, we'll go over the 3 most common options that we add to this. So the water tank has the fill on there, but it doesn't have a float valve inside. So a lot of times we'll add that float valve assembly in order to shut off the water supply when the tank fills up. And this is more commonly used when you want to have a continuous water supply, if you're constantly hooked up to a garden hose. If you plan to just fill the tank and then take off site, you don't really need the float valve assembly. The other thing is soap injection. It does not include any type of high pressure or downstream soap injection. So we'll add that in there. Almost always we'll add a downstream soap injector somewhere in between the hose reel and the high pressure outlet on the coil itself. And then you can just have a long dip tube in there, keep the bucket in the back of your truck, and then just drop it down and put that dip tube in there whenever you're ready to draw soap. And then the last modification that we commonly make is upgrading the 50-foot high pressure hose that comes with it to a 100-foot section. So it comes with a 50-foot. That hose reel will actually hold up to 100 feet. And it's a lot easier if we just have one solid 100-foot section so it doesn't have a big kink in there while you're reeling it in. So we'll just go ahead and upgrade that as well. And we'll include those options in the pricing on the listing too. So if you have any other questions, it will be available on our website with pricing, with additional details. Our website's 3rpressurewashers.com, and these are the Hydrotech trailer units. And if you have any questions beyond that, feel free to give us a call. Thanks.